Joining me tonight is an old friend of almost 30 years, one of the good guys from pro wrestling, a former European champion, a former Intercontinental champion, the one and only Dlo Brown. D, welcome, my friend.
My man, what is going on? It's been too long. How the hell have you been?
It's great to see you, man. Life is good. It's just great to have you on. I'm excited just to chat old school wrestling.
I appreciate it. Let's do it, my man. Let's do it.
Whenever I have someone on, if I have a history with them, I like to just address how I know you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when we met, not only did we have like a weekend together on the road with John Reckner, Balls Mahoney
Yep,
of all
Balls
people,
Mahoney. Yep.
we had a near-death experience together.
Well, I don't like to talk about it.
Let me give the quick version. So you got booked to work for Smokey Mountain for your tryout.
Yes.
Balls had me drive. He had never license, so he had me drive him up there, and you.
Mm-hmm.
And my
Mm-hmm.
car was not doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to drop once we got there. We had to drop John off at Candido and Tammy's house. So they took him just in case my car was really running bad. So we're going up the Smoky Mountains, and they call them Smoky Mountains because they're Smoky Mountains.
They're
The car in front of us slams on his brakes. I slam on my brakes, and you and I start spinning, and we're spinning. And I say, "Dear Lord, let it be painless." And we head off the side of the mountain into a ditch. Correct?
And now, yes, and now that you don't know because you're on the side of a mountain. That could be the side of a mountain, not a ditch.
Correct.
So, yes.
So I'm trying to get.
I'm literally feeling my heart palpitate again as we're talking about this.
So I'd rear wheel drive, like I'm like my cousin Vinny. I'm like, I can't get out, D. Why don't you go out there and maybe rock the car? You're like, all right, you're rocking. Then you're like, gun it. I gun it, and I hear stop. And I turn around, you're covered.
I'm covered.
Oh man, but hey, we got a funny story out of it, right?
Look, his thing is we were at least alive. That's all that mattered. And I blended in the surroundings, so it was like camouflage. We can joke about it years later.
But that's a true story, man.
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny.
Also, I thank you on that day because we went down there and you and I wrestled a dark match. And I remember Cornette saying, "You got 8 minutes. Show me what you got." And 8 minutes later, I got a job, and I thank you for being my dance partner that night because I owe a lot to you. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for saying that. Awesome. So talk to me about Smoky Mountain. I mean, for people who don't know at the time, it wasn't just a black gangster gimmick against white people. There was racism back there.
Yeah, no. Wrestling was still real in the South at that time. And here you've got 3 black guys calling white people out for their own insecurities and putting it in their face. And, New Jack was such a talented talker that he could stand in the middle of the ring, you put a microphone in his hand, give him 5 minutes, and then play music, and Hitler could walk through the curtain and people would cheer for him. Like, that's how much he would make people hate him with his words. So now you put that in the middle of the Deep South, and then have us in a program against the Rock and Roll Express, the ultimate Southern baby faces, and you're putting high test gasoline on top of a campfire and throwing more logs on it all at the same time, which is beautiful. So when people talk about heat as a heel today and they're like, "Oh, they boo me," no, people really wanted to kill us. People legit wanted to kill us.
How'd you get along with New Jack? How'd you get along with Mustafa?
Oh, bro! Like the minute I got into the gimmick with them, I was the brother. I was there. I was there from day one. And I later found out years later it was New Jack himself who watched our dark match, and he and Cornette were having a conversation. He goes, "Yeah, he could be part of the gangsters. He could be with us." So, he picked me for that day, and then we were boys from that moment on until his passing.
Any good Jim Cornette stories? Any good Jim Cornette rants? I mean, I'm sure you have about 5 days worth of them.
I got a lot. I'm not putting any of them out there. I will just say that a lot of people you either love Jim Cornette, you hate Jim Cornette. I personally adore him because he gave me my first opportunity in his business, and he's been good to me since day one. And I think sometimes instead of attacking the messenger, you need to listen to the message and then make an opinion. And I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.